more about eWorks.
And how many were at your boot camp on Monday?
12 students,
Nice.
and we're expecting about the same this evening. And there's my email in the chat, eworks@costas.org.
Okay, thank you, Paul.
Good.
All right, so looks like we have quite a good group here, 44 participants. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Let me share my screen. All right, so is everyone seeing the welcome slide?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, so welcome everyone to the EL Civics Network meeting for November 5th, 2025. So please type your name and agency into the chat box so I can take attendance afterwards. And then if you haven't already, please register on the website, California Adult Education Professional Development webpage. And if you're not receiving a meeting reminder, email your address to elcivics@casas.org. There was a strange glitch in the system that I sent a reminder email through the system on Monday, and a few people did not get that email. So I will be checking in on that, see what happened, but I did send another email from my actual email instead of the system. So hopefully people are able to find that link. So. Okay, so here's our agenda for today. We have CDE updates, civic participation in IELCE, citizenship preparation, and other information. So here we go. So starting with CDE update. So the latest WIOA State Network meeting was on October 28th. So you can watch the recording through this link here. It will be clickable once I send the slides out. I know right now during the meeting you can't click it. So I will be sending out the slides and the recording of this meeting as soon as it's available. So. Okay, and don't forget, this meeting has a passcode that's here also. And then this next link to look at the list of statewide WIOA network meetings, just so you know. But a bit of information here, December 2nd is the next one. Okay, and again, you can register here. All right, so two things to remind you that there was a consolidation of EL Civics activities under Section 231 in Resource Code 3905, which means that Section 243, the RC 3926 will focus strictly on IELCE with IET, the training. So the training is a very important part of this. The other reminder is, the CDE put out a IET at a glance guide that explains the difference between workforce training courses versus workforce preparation courses. So if you need a reminder or just want to take a look at this document, there is a link here to that document. And if you have any questions regarding the above clarifications, please contact your CDE regional consultant. And if you're not sure who that is, you can contact CDE by email, adulteducation@cde.ca.gov, or by phone, and there is their phone number. I know we had a CDE consultant retire back in June, so those people who were assigned to Neil Kelly, you'll want to know who your new CDE consultant is. Okay, so civic participation in IELCE. All right, so there is a webinar, EL Civics Basics, and the slides for that webinar, but it is from 2024-25. So there will be an updated webinar and slides for 2025-26 available on the EL Civics support channel soon. So. All right, so WIOA Title II, IELCE 243 funded programs. So English language learners in an IELCE program must have the opportunity to be co-enrolled in a class or program that offers workforce training within their career pathway. So the IT service delivery may incorporate one or both of the following models. So it can be co-teaching, which means an ESL teacher and a workforce training teacher in the same classroom at the same time. And then we also have the alternate teaching where learners are co-enrolled in two different but coordinated concurrent courses. So concurrent meaning happening at during the same semester. All right, so we have examples of IET components and teaching models. So the first one at the top, we have the workforce training, home health aid, and the workforce preparation named the same home health aid. And the adult literacy ESL is home health aid. Okay, so this one would be considered a co-teaching. The next one, we have two different classes. So workforce training is still called home health aid, but the workforce preparation and the ESL are combined into one class called the home health aid prep, and that is alternate teaching. Okay, so two different classes, one for training and one for workforce prep and ESL. The third example here is we have three separate classes. So the three different components separated out into three classes. Right? So we have the home health aid, the home health aid prep, and ESL 4. And so since this is three separate classes, it is considered alternate teaching. And then the fourth one down, we have a prep lab. So we have home health aid, and then we have a workforce prep lab. And so this one, some schools do it where they provide a lab for all students taking the different training classes. And so they'll have groups of students, clumped together, people from home health aid, people from pharmacy, people from medical billing and coding. They're in this one class, but they get individualized attention from the teacher for both the prep and ESL. Okay, and then the last one, it's not recommended, but some people do this. So we have the home health aid, and then we have the workforce prep and the ESL combined together in an ESL class. And again, this would be alternate teaching. This one is not recommended because, not all ESL students in the ESL program are interested in getting, being taught things about workforce prep. So that's why it's not recommended. But it is, some schools do this. Okay, so if you have not selected a co-op yet, please go ahead into the system and do this. I want to congratulate you guys because I think we're down to 5 agencies that have not done this yet. So thank you very, very much for the rest of you who have already done this. So if you need to select your first one or you need to make changes, this here is a link to the selection process and this window. So, all right, so revisions to COAPs. We had a big revision to Civic Objective 14. It was revised to include personal goals. So you'll see that in the description here. And also it was revised to include personal goals in 14.5. And so now beginning low can also now use 14.5. Other revisions, we have 25.3 task 2 level oh boy, this is delineation of task and rubric. So this one is in bold because there was a change in the rating scale. So if you are using 25.3, please pay attention to the rating scale. 33.2, we revised task 2 wording to include only beginning low to intermediate low because the original wording, it said beginning low to advanced. So that was incorrect. So that was corrected so that it includes only beginning low to intermediate low. 36.4, the rating scale was updated so that beginning low passing score is now 20. 36.5, also the rating scale was updated. So beginning low, passing score is 10, and beginning high is 19. 42.4, task 2 was revised. So it says the report will include up to 4 elements. So that 4 is the highest. So beginning high, we have 2 elements. Intermediate low has 3, and intermediate high to advanced have 4. And then the rating scale was also updated. So beginning high is 18 and intermediate low is 26. 50.4, the passing scores was changed to the following because the originals were incorrect. So if you are using 50.4, please pay attention to the new passing scores. All right, so we have some new EO Civics co-ops, 8.7. So this is community needs or complaints. 19.1 is a big one, immigrant rights. And 19.9 is also immigrant rights. And then last one, we have 48.6, AI with the addition of workplace verbiage. Okay.
And Stephanie, there's a couple questions in the chat.
Sure. All right.
Okay.
Let's see here.
It says may have the opportunity. Does that
Oh,
mean?
I see it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
Yes, so from is it Miley? So it says may have the opportunity. Does that mean they are not required to be enrolled, right? And that is correct. So the class is offered, but the students are not required to be enrolled in that class. So, but that would mean that they would get the $1 pay point instead of the $3 pay point. So in order for the $3 pay point, they would need to be enrolled. But it still counts as 243. Ryan says, all of these changes are reflected on the co-op rubrics that we refer to, and the answer is yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I guess that's the end of the questions. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so co-op record keeping, I was asked to include this as a reminder because this person was not sure. And so if one person wasn't sure, I was fairly certain that there others needed the reminder. So just to remind you, the agencies need to keep one folder for each EL Civics class, not individual student. That contains the assessment, the criteria that the teacher used to score the students, and the score sheet and samples of student work for at least one pass and one no pass. So the score sheets should have a list of the entire class of students with a pass or no pass for anybody who took the assessment. And then the samples, one pass and one no pass. If you happen to have a class that was spectacular and you have nobody that did not pass, then you just have the one pass and that's fine. Okay, so these need to be kept for 3 years plus the current year for auditing purposes, unless your agency, you know that at your agency you are the subject of an ongoing audit, in which case the records must be kept for 5 years. Okay. All right, so now we're on to citizenship preparation. So Portia.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Okay.
Next slide. Just a couple of reminders about the SIT and the government history test. The SIT is a one-on-one interview. It simulates the interview that students go through with USCIS when they are ready to receive citizenship. So it reflects the questions or the information that's on the N400. It helps determine whether or not a student is ready to pass the USCIS naturalization exam. So it gives them practice and confidence that they can pass their interview. It is based on the information on the N400. We know that there have been updates to the N400, but we will not be changing. CASAS is not going to be changing the SIT test questions at this point. It's up to the teacher to make sure that the student is prepared to answer 100% of the questions regarding the information on the N400, but the SIT cannot test everything. So again, it's just a preparation and practice to give students confidence. It's not a pre-post test. Students pass this test with 206 or above. If they don't pass the first time, you can give them additional instruction and then test them again with the alternate form. Next one, Stephanie. You must, in order to offer the SIT test, you must have on staff somebody who is a certified SIT examiner. This is also required to earn payment points. There is an online training that the certification training, and you can order that on the CASAS website. It can be a little bit glitchy, so there's also a video on the CASAS Citizenship YouTube channel showing you the steps to do that. But basically, you fill out the first page, and then when you get to the end, there's a little box that says Bill My PO, and you select that one, and your agency will not be charged. If you make a mistake, don't worry, CASAS knows who you are, and will make sure that there is no charge to your agency. Next one. CIT examiners need to recertify each year. That's to make sure that there is no drifting in scoring. You do earn payment points from this. We must know that everybody is scoring in a consistent manner. If you are CIT certified, you'll receive an email late December, early January, letting you know that you need to recertify. Recertification opens in January, and both certification and recertification end in April. And I'd like to highly recommend that you not wait till the last minute. We have a lot of people who don't pass certification or recertification because they waited to the last minute and hurried. Do it early, get it done, take your time, pay attention to the training documents, and you'll get through it quickly. And next one. The government history does not require certification. It is currently based on the 100 questions, the USCIS 100 questions. We know that this has been updated to 128 questions, and I'll be talking about that a little bit more. But same as the CIT, students pass this with 206 or above. If they don't pass, you can give them instruction and retest them with the alternate form. There's a really nice article on OTAN by Jennifer. If you would like, Jennifer Gagliardi, who's our subject matter expert. I put that in the chat, and there's some more information about the new test. I'm also going to put her the email for her website, because she's always updating it, and she is a great source of information. And I know Jennifer's here. And Jennifer, I'm going to give you a chance to add to anything once I've gone through these slides. And the next one. On the USCIS website, there is a textbook that you can use with your students. It's called One Nation, One People. It does reflect the 128 questions, and it is a great resource for anybody who's offering a citizenship program. And the next one. The next couple of slides is information that I presented and Jennifer helped me with last meeting. So this is just a repeat of that. There's some great resources from Bill Bliss that compares the two tests and gives some information about changes and how you as a citizenship teacher might confront those changes to make sure that your students can pass. The way the test is set up now, a student has to answer 12 of 20 questions correctly to pass. The citizenship examiner does not have to ask all 20 questions. Once a student answers 12 correctly, they receive a pass, or if they answer 9 incorrectly, they fail. So they do not have to ask all of the questions. Once a student passes, the student has finished, or the interviewee. And the next one. So this is a little more information from Bill Bliss. You could take a look at that. In talking about the answers, multiple answers are provided for each question. A student, an interviewee only needs to answer with one of the responses. And so one strategy might be to teach them the shortest answer, or the one that's easiest for them to comprehend. And the next one. Next slide. Oh, thank you. And there's also information from Lynn Weintraub about how to teach the tests and some tricks and tips. So again, this is a repeat from the last meeting, but in case you weren't there, the slide gives you the links. Once Stephanie sends those out, you'll have those links, and you can review this information if you need it. And the next one. This just comes from Lynn's website, so you can see some of the topics that she covers. And the last slide. So CASAS is aware of the changes to the 100 questions, that there are now 128 questions. and is working on updating the test to reflect that. But remember, the test does not test 100% of the content. It's up to the teacher to provide the instruction because you don't know which questions the officer is going to ask. But CASAS is updating these and the test is still relevant. It's still helpful to your students. So please keep using it. And as soon as the new test is released, we'll let you know about that. And then Jennifer, anything I missed that you'd like to add?
Yeah, there's two things. I'm working to put into the chat box that on Saturday, the 8th, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., Song Hong and myself are going to be talking about the updates to the tests and particularly how about teaching the tests. So we'll be sharing out resources and hopefully we can get answer some questions. So if you have questions beforehand, of course, you're welcome to write to me. And then I'm going to be sending out the page that's keeping abreast of all the 128 resources. There was one that, ally.com, if you have a subscription to that, they're starting to post videos about the civics question, the 128 civics questions. So take a look at that. And they posted a really interesting lesson plan about immigration rights. There you could quibble with some of the things that they said, but again, this is really, really helpful and could address a multi-status classrooms. So that would be really helpful. And then sometime in December, I'm going to do not only article for OTAN, but also another webinar in December for OTAN about citizenship coming up. So if anybody has any questions, of course, please put them in the chat and I'll try to answer them. Thank you. Oh,
Jennifer, thank you.
One second. Loved meeting everybody at CATISL. Loved talking about CASAS and citizenship. And again, it's really important for us to take these opportunities to meet in person to share out strategies, especially with this test. So thank you so much.
And Jennifer, thank you so much for those OTAN articles. They're incredibly informative, and I really appreciate what you're doing there.
Thank you, Colleen.
Okay, thank you, Portia. Thank you, Jennifer. So moving along here. All right, so we are on to other information. So we have a new agency and staff toolkit that was updated for 25-26, specifically with information on reading steps and listening steps and score range charts. So it's a very handy document. It also has EL Civics information, overview of grant deliverable due dates, and common acronyms used at CASAS because, you know, we have a lot of acronyms. It's alphabet soup. So it's a handy one to have on hand just to refer back to if you need to, a reminder, what were those letters stand for. So there's a link to the new agency and staff toolkit. We have a Promising Practices Award. This award recognizes agencies that have implemented strategies and practices to help students attain their goals. And these practices must improve program accountability, develop skills students need in the workplace, promote collaboration and cooperation with other programs or agencies, promote the effective use of technology, promote effective student transitions, or have potential application in other adult programs. So please consider nominating your agency for this award. Maybe you know of something that your coworker is heading up some sort of program that you think would be great for this award. So please consider nominating your agency for this award. So for more information, please email me sfitzpatrick@casas.org. And you can also look at previous winners by clicking on that link so you can see what kinds of practices we have been awarding. So that's that. So please consider nominating and nominating early so we can work on your nomination form together. All right, and then upcoming EL Civics meetings, the next one is going to be December 3rd. And then in 2026, we have two, January 28th and February 25th. And we'll be setting up the dates for meetings after February 25th very soon. And as always, please let me know if you have something to share or present. And don't forget, please type your name and agency into the chat box so I can take attendance. And then if you have not already, please register at the CaliforniaAdultEdTraining.org website. All right, so we are on to questions. What questions do you have? Are there any in the chat box? Let's see. Or is there anybody who wants to unmute and ask? There's a question, will this PowerPoint presentation be put into the chat? I will send it out in an email along with the recording of this meeting.
Hi, this is Jennifer again. I have a question. People, when it approached me when I was at CATISL about the formation of a civics and citizenship interest group, particularly because not only we have the test that's coming up, but we have the midterm elections and we have the census and other civic government adjacent things that we could talk about. Some of these, you could see that some of this could coexist with the refugee interest group, but we were wondering if we need to form something separate for citizenship and civics. So if people could give me feedback on that, I would really, really appreciate that. Would that be helpful for your own teachers?
Okay. Any others, comments, questions?
Yes, if I may. This is Ana Mendoza from Salinas Adult School. Jennifer, I completely agree. I think a focus group would be an amazing idea. I also wanted to talk to all of you about SVAEC, which is the Salinas Valley Adult Education Consortium, and our events that we have for anyone in the country. One of them being, we have 2 immigration attorneys who give free immigration consultations, not only to our students, but also anyone that will want one. So these 2 attorneys have worked with nonprofits, have over 15 years of experience, and of course are providing these free immigration consultations as part of SVAEC. And we also have Ven al Café con Pan, which is a series of events. Our next event is going to be about validating foreign degrees. So I highly encourage you to look us up on Welcome to Salinas Adult School, where you will see some of these flyers. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Anna, for sharing. Anyone else?
Yeah, this is Alex over at Visalia Adult School. I'm not sure if this is the correct forum for it, but I had some questions in regards to my Spanish GED, and I don't know if I can kind of throw it out there. What I'm looking at is anybody offering the 653R with your ESL students who are looking to get their high school equivalency, and are you guys using anything to separate students like ABE versus those who are actually going into the HSC?
Alex, maybe you could just put your email address in the chat so that people can email you if they have any suggestions or things that they're doing.
Sure, thank you.
Because I know there are other schools that are using the Spanish GED. I'm not sure I can answer your questions, but you might want to attend one of the regional meetings, the regional network meetings, because this meeting is very EL Civics focused, but the other meetings are more general.
Yes, and I was also going to suggest that you reach out to your state consultant, and that way they can also support you with that.
I think
Great
I heard
suggestions.
recently that for some schools or for some students, it's easier. What was it? It was easier to get the Spanish GED. I'm sorry. I'll look up the information though.
Okay, thanks, Portia. All right, anyone else?
Yeah, I would like to follow up what Anna said because they sent out the recordings from their lawyers talking about immigration services. Two of the best. They did it in English and they did it in Spanish. Very, very good recordings. I posted them to my YouTube channel. I'm going to put those links into the chat because they are really, really fresh and really, really good and very accessible for students. So thanks so much to the consortium down there in Salinas Valley.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Okay, thank you, Jennifer. Anyone else? Any other questions? Did I miss anything in the chat? All right, so I guess if there's no other questions, we'll go ahead and let's see. Where'd my button go? There it is. Okay, so if anybody has any other comments or questions that they want to share after I turn the recording off, we'll stay on for a few more minutes. Please, thank you for attending, and here are our email addresses. And for general questions, you can always email elcivics@casas.org. That way, the whole EL Civics team will receive that email, and so you'll get a more timely answer to whatever question that you have. Okay, thank you very much, and thank you for attending.
Jennifer, are you still here? Jennifer, are you here?